Hello, and welcome to this week's Climate Dispatch. I am so pleased to be joined today by Senator Nader Hashim, and for a quick update of what's been happening at the State House before we get into the meat of what Senator Hashim has been working on. The Renewable Energy Standard, as many of you know, has moved out of the House Environment and Energy Committee through the Ways and Means Committee and is still in the House Appropriations Committee, so waiting for that to move out for a full House vote soon, we hope, but at this point after town meeting week. Another update is that the Flood Safety Act, S213, is now in the Senate Appropriations Committee. So again, great progress there. It has good momentum. And we anticipate a vote after town meeting week. So what we really want to talk about today is hearing about the Climate Superfund Act, and it's something that Senator Hashim is on the Senate Judiciary Committee, and they've been working really hard on it. So can you just give us a quick update,
absolutely.
an overview on what that bill does and why you all are taking it up?
For sure, thank you. So, I mean, first I have to say thanks for having me on this, but also it's great that we're finally able to do something about climate change in judiciary, because it's not often that you see a climate change bill in the Judiciary Committee. But basically, what this bill would do is create a climate superfund similar to the federal superfund for basically the largest polluters who've affected our state. Some of the Part of the good thing about this is that we have other states who've made mistakes in this type of bill, in this type of legislation, so we can look to them so that we know what to avoid, and also make sure that we're staying within our borders as a state, but also making sure that we're using accurate and scientific methods to measure how pollution has affected our state, and also taking into account the damages caused currently, but also the damages that will be caused in the future. I'm talking about things like bridges that get flooded out, roads that get washed away, and the many other effects that come with climate change.
Yeah, and coming out of the devastating flooding this summer, we know that Vermonters having to pay for these costs of climate fuel disasters is just accelerating, so such important work. So what is the bill status and where does it go from here?
Yeah, so the bill status, we have about another week or so in which we're doing work on it, just tidying up the language. The general concept of the bill is going to remain the same, but basically another week of doing work, fixing up some of the details, and then we vote it out. It goes to the floor and then hopefully to the House.
Great. Well, thank you so much for that overview. Really appreciate your time and all of your hard work on this priority. And we always like to end these with a call to action. So this week, take a moment to let your senators know you support the Climate Superfund Bill, S259.
Yep.
And just give them a quick call, email, let them know that this is another key climate priority this year. Thank you again, and we'll be back with you all next week.